My teaching experience of 2022, I was privileged enough to be placed at Ankervas, which is a stunning school, well run. We were 2 weeks there in the first semester and 4 weeks in the second semester. In the first weeks, I ended up observing, and as I observed, I was helping the teachers with different tasks, keeping an eye on different classes, and also had the privilege of coaching cricket, which is one of my sports that I do play actively. But as the second semester came, I got the privilege of teaching 10 lessons, which I actually did 11. And during the time, I've realized the different challenges of the school, different learning barriers with the learners, some difficult learners, but it was more uh, knowing what I know now as a reflection. They only difficult because of the learning barriers and their shortcomings, and they don't have any other way to try and express themselves. And as I start teaching, I've realized that I'm definitely a much better mathematics and science teacher, mathematics and social science to be exact, because I've taken inspiration from Mr. Keys on how he teaches our class at varsity, and I tried, and with those two subjects, I tried to replicate it as far as I could while using that style of making it my own. And I realized with subjects like that, it's very suitable for me because those type of subjects they want you to engage. It turns it into discussion and getting the class to talk back to you and helping them grasp the content. Where languages, it's a little you could probably do the same, but it's a little bit more difficult because it results in other um, teaching strategies because it doesn't work the same. Because I learned very quickly, every subject requires different teaching strategies because of the content of the work. I learned to respect our teachers more and more for the simple reason is when we are learners or when we were still at school, we would easily criticize them. We would very quickly judge them of who they are. We would even go far as we would think that they are monsters, but meanwhile they're actually not. Knowing what we know now, teachers is probably one of the most important and probably the most difficult task because you're dealing with learners that is a future in this country. You're dealing with the future of the learners, and you have the opportunity to mold them of being their potential, what they inspire to be. Whether there's a chartered accountant, whether there's a doctor, whatever they pursue, even into intermediate phase, it's very important to plant the seeds. So I got the privilege of doing that, and then I also had the privilege of doing a non-profit organization um, at, and that was for me also a fantastic experience. It was more of a learning center, and I just learned that we as people just need to learn to be grateful for what we have, and just again, when you compare the non-profit organization and teaching together, we realize that teaching there's a massive responsibility that comes with it. And in the first semester, I didn't fully realize the importance of a teacher and fully realize how advanced it really is until second semester, because when we did our teaching experience last year, I did mine at JBA Academy. It was 2 weeks, and 2 weeks is definitely not enough to really find yourself, to really understand your strengths and weaknesses as a teacher. I think in any profession, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a lawyer, whatever you do, I think it's very important. Knowing what I know now, I think it's very much important to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. And like like I said in the video, my strengths is definitely I like to engage in conversations. I'm very outgoing. I like to have I like to engage with my classroom. Where my weaknesses is I'm definitely not a teacher that can read out of a textbook. I'm definitely not a teacher um, that can that can put myself under pressure. And my student number is ST10117772.